Hi, my name is Michael Idadaji, and we are going to continue our videos on the truth of everything. And in this video, we are going to do more drawings. And just a quick recap, whenever we draw, you might have something in your mind, or you might just be drawing whatever you think you're drawing for whatever purpose you're drawing, but every single drawing that somebody makes is describing something within themselves, regardless of what they're drawing. Now, we could say, well, my drawing is not as good as somebody else's. It means nothing. In fact, even artists, they're so critical of themselves that they don't even want to see themselves, so they've improved their skills in drawing to hide aspects of themselves. However, even their drawings still reveal something about themselves. And now one more thing too, is that when we look at the word heart, we can also see there are two words in there. He plus art. Now why is that important? Because the heart is also, that you've heard in my other videos, where your hands come out of your heart. And your hands is the bridge between your head and your spirit. So whenever you're drawing, you're actually bringing up information from your spirit through your hands, heart, to your head. Whenever you're drawing with your hands, what you're doing is that you're healing this relationship. The spirit and the head. And the head and the spirit, or the Spirit of God, are enmities against each other. So let's jump right to it, right away. In this one, we have this gentleman. He's in his 40s, and he has done a few pictures, 4 to be exact. And this is the first picture. And when we look at this is his first drawings. And a few things that you can take note is that the drawing is just about center. And there's nothing above and nothing below. So this is the core of the person. And being the first drawing, we consider the first drawing to be of the head. So when he's drawing his head, you'll notice that he has colors, but everything is a very rigid, compartmentalized boxes. But this is actually a piece of furniture. So this is a piece of wood furniture that he drew, and this directly identifies with his work. So his head is wrapped up in his work. That's what we can determine really quickly with this picture. And when you go back to some of the other pictures, you'll find something else out. So remember, this is I think he made he might have called it a bed with the cabinetry in the front. So his bed, where his head is his work. And knowing this gentleman, that is very true, because everything revolves around his work. He's self-employed, he has a cabinet business, has 2 children, and he's married, and everything has to do with his work. I'm not going to give any more personal information because, again, all these, we don't put names with the drawings. So now let's go to our second picture from him. Put this one aside. So now immediately, this second picture represents more of the heart or the body. And 2 things you'll notice. You got a couple of things you notice. First, you got cabinetry again. Cabinetry is higher. And like I said, this now is the second picture. This has to do with the heart. And it's pretty funny. The center of the heart, or the center of the picture, which would be the heart picture, we have this black grill. Now this black grill can mean a lot of things, but in the next subsequent pictures it'll make a lot more sense. No foundation. No foundation in the picture. And just like the first picture, there's only one central theme in the picture. So this is all about him. So in the first picture, we have his head, engrossed in work, all about him. Second picture, his heart. So his head is in his work, and his heart is in his work. And look at the gigantic U. He drew a gigantic U. And again, look at the order. He compartmentalizes his heart. And again, this is the center of the picture. And this would be where the heart would be, if you consider this part as the head, heart, and spirit of a picture. Notice again the darkness there. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see if it changes any more. This is his third picture. This picture is very revealing, because now we are getting to the spirit picture. And now finally we have left the center floating pictures, and now we have a little bit more foundation. But still, if you look at the bottom, there's not one of these pieces of grass towards the bottom of the picture is actually going, well, maybe one or two pieces. So we still have a little bit missing here. So this is the spirit picture. And if you carefully look at it, you're going to notice that this looks like a person. He drew a tree that looks like a person. The bottom of the tree has no roots. This is the spirit picture. And if you look carefully, these are fists coming from the tree. And who are they fighting with? The light. They're fighting with the sun. Now remember, this light or the sun gives the tree life. This is his spiritual makeup. He is fighting with light. And you can even see the hairs on his head. You can see the outline of the head. And see how the hairs are pointy. And even the very hairs are springy and fighting with the light. And one other thing. What's in the center of the tree where the heart would be? A black hole. Now let's bring the second picture back. The black hole. So you notice in the second picture he's already talking about that. We know for a fact this is him. 100%. Now, one more thing about this. If you notice, this is a tree is wood. His second picture is wood, fabricated into cabinetry. His first picture is wood, fabricated into a piece of furniture or a bed. It might be a bed or some piece of furniture. So the center of his heart is black, because this kills the tree. This hole kills the tree. So when your heart is black, you use your hands to fight the light. Because remember, out of the heart the hands shall grow. So if the hands are not connecting the head with the spirit, then the heart is going to have to cause damage or have to do outward provocation. And you will find this with extremely ego-oriented people that don't use their hands at all in any type of work. You'll find a good percentage of them. I'm not going to say a blanket, but you'll find greater than 70% that don't use their hands end up causing grief in other people's lives. And that you'll know that from people that you know in your life. And you'll know that some of the happiest people are the people that might not have a lot of money, but they work with their hands, and they can be happy every day, and they might not have anything, you know. But in this case, this person's using his hands to fight with the light. So this is the spirit picture. Now we have the fourth picture. And the fourth picture is this picture. And look at what we have. we actually have a person. And if you look carefully, the tree is still here. The light is still here. But now the picture is more filled. Notice this picture. You have a bit of a foundation, but nothing going on here. Now we're getting a more developed picture. The more that you draw, the greater the connection to the Spirit. The more that you have a connection to the Spirit, it's as if the Spirit will fill your life more. And what do we have in this picture now? We have flowers. And if you notice, all the flowers are again pointing in the light, in the direction of the light. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers pointing in the direction of the light. This tree is not as angry as this tree. This tree now, as you can see, still has the black hole. However, something very curious here. If you notice, he drew this in purple. Purple is a color of royalty. And purple, the purple figure, again it's him, looks like he's still connected to the tree, because it looks like the tree's almost growing out of his arm. The tree doesn't have any roots, but it's growing out of his arm, it looks like. So he's still connected to the tree. Yet, he is taking a flower, which it just ended up looking like this. He's not holding the flower, but it looks like he's holding the flower. And he's offering the flower to the light. This picture could be the future. This picture could be hope. Since he's drawn this picture, I haven't seen him. We'd spoken once or twice on the phone, and that was about a year ago. So, if his process grows, then he'll come back again. We'll draw more pictures, and we'll add them to the video series as well. But we can definitely see that this picture actually has life outside of himself. Life outside of himself. So these pictures, maybe you find something else. And he's actually on a path now. He wasn't on any path before. Before he was disconnected. As you can see, no foundation, fighting with the sun. No foundation in this picture. No foundation in this picture. But this picture, to me, is a picture of hope. Because he didn't know that he drew this, giving it to the sun. And also he left his work. Remember, everything had to do with him, with the wood, had to do with work, because he does cabinetry. So this is 4 pictures that I hope, or 4 drawings that I hope someone can want to learn more about this. And it's really incredible. If you have the opportunity to draw 3 pictures. And guaranteed, even 1 picture, anything you draw is going to reflect something about yourself. Something that you didn't know. And you'll find on the website that this starts at 3 years old. And from 3 to 5 years old, the child is really drawing for the opposite sex parent. And if the opposite sex parent is not present to observe these pictures, so the child can explain these pictures, then what the child is going to do is he's going to leave the spirit. What the child's going to do now is that if he doesn't draw with his hands for the opposite sex parent, let's say, he is going to sever this relationship. And the only thing he's going to focus on more is his head. And then he is going to have this massive head structure that now he's going to need to feed off of other people's bodies, because he does not want to feed off his own heart and spirit. And he will provoke other people. And the people that are like this, that their head is hidden inside the body, are the ones that he's going to feed, and they're going to create a relationship that, like you've heard me say before, it's a match made in hell. And that's what happens when 3 to 5 years old, the opposite sex parent is not observant and present. You could show a picture to the father or to the mother, and then they're not there. They're thinking about their work. They're thinking about something they want to do, but they're not there with the child. They don't realize that this is a very important time that needs to be spent with the child. Or else later in life, what they'll do is their head now will be engrossed in their work. Their heart will start having darkness, and they will look to fight with the light. But there's still hope. May God bless His Word, and we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll have more to come.